It's a big voodoo tank. You know those voodoo tanks maybe from other videos, but way smaller. This is by far the biggest voodoo that we made. Are we allowed to film it? He's a family member.
He's a family member, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Hostings, this is really the first shop drawing for the new Interzoo tank.
Excuse me, please.
Hey, hey. Welcome to a new video, a new wave video, still at Hostings, Aquaristic in Hasselt.
Yes.
Still the same guy next to me, Mr. Hostings. This is the first shop drawing of the draft drawing of the new Interzoo tank for 2024. We are here to discuss about the stocking. What is possible? What can we do? Go we either freshwater or marine? So we're thinking about building a very huge one, 3 meter by 150 by 150.
It looks so small on the picture.
Yeah, on the picture it's very small. It's the same size than if we build it 10 times smaller.
So we're talking about how many gallons or liters?
8,000.
8,000 liters, 200 gallons, plus minus.
Yeah, more or less. We will have a water level of 130.
It will be more than 2 times this nice tank. Can you imagine?
Wow, that's big.
And big.
That's big. Material thickness is 75, almost double the thickness than this 40 mil. Imagine a material thickness like this. 75. We will do it open top. I know normally it's not on our favor to do tanks like that. All of our tanks have a top racing. But we want to show you something very special, thick material. 75 is that big that we can do it without. Maybe we will go for top racing, but depending on the stocking. If we want to grow something out of it, or if we have some fishes which will jump, of course we will do a covering on top of it. Now the first question is,
Marine or freshwater?
Marine or freshwater? I know marine is always in my mind, but you know, it's a 4-day conference show, and the preparation is massive.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
And it will be more work than freshwater, but it will be nicer too to look at. So
my first idea was, let's go for South America, big fish, like a freshwater
arowana,
something like this.
Stingrays, big ones.
Maybe freshwater pufferfish, maybe some eels. I don't know. So something like that.
Do you got something like that here in the shop?
Only the small ones, but yeah, normally yes. Not so much anymore, but still some.
But these ones almost the size of this tank.
Yeah, but these grow until 5-6 centimeters.
But they are still too small for this big tank.
They're much too small for the big tank.
Too small.
I don't have big pufferfish on stock.
I mean, can we get some freshwater eels which are nice, like big ones?
Freshwater eels is also a possibility, but big ones, yeah, we need to watch out with small fish, but there will not be small fish inside probably. So it will only be some big fish. For the eels, I don't have on stock for the moment.
But if we go for marine, because normally I close already the book in my mind for marine, but since a couple of days I'm thinking, maybe we should go for marine, because I'm a big fan of reef tanks, and growing a reef tank and a show tank for a show, you know, this tank is almost 1 year old. Now it's running perfect. That means that
6 months to.
How can we transport a tank like this fully equipped? It's not possible.
It's difficult, but
ask Ari. De Jong did very nice show tanks in the past. Have you count the trucks and how many days that are just easy. Going back and forth?
Very difficult. Lots of planning, especially for the water parameters to keep them stable.
Or maybe some fish which we keep without corals. And I'm not talking about sharks. Forget about it.
We can do angelfish, butterfly fish. But can you imagine
like fish like Puff Daddy, and this is the right size for a tank like this.
Fish, and you have the angelfish like the Novarcus.
But I don't want to show fake corals at the show, even if sometimes it's okay.
No, fake corals is not our thing. No. We only want the real stuff.
We just visited the big show tank in shopping mall in Kaunas, which is 15 meter high. There's no other option than putting
fake corals. Fake corals. Don't go 15 meters.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it's it's okay.
We can make something with some collecta and
Some mangrove again,
mangroves, huh? But
growing out of the water. What about a cold water marine
water
tank?
marine tank.
Yeah, with some kelp.
Some kelp, that's also a possibility, but then the fish
Some
will be
crabs.
more difficult to get on.
The easy day was yesterday.
Easy day was yesterday.
So we need to do something special.
Oh,
If
make a
you,
poll out
whenever
of it.
have any recommendation, please put it down in the comments. Either freshwater, marine, we are not sure about it. Give us some recommendation. What do we want to see as a big show tank this size? What kind of stocking? Maybe to give you a better picture about it, I will show you the material thickness.
Hi there.
We're just unpacking the front and back panel. We are checking the exact measurements. It will be at least 3 by 1/5 by 40, but we have more or less a bit more, but there's a production frame all around, so we need to cut it in size. So I get the final size of each block will be 3 by 140. So that means we have a bottom plate of 50 millimeter thickness. That means that we have a total height of 145. So I guess we will be, depending on stocking, we'll have a water level of about 130. This is just a pre-cut from the factory. The material thickness is at least 75, more or less 80. We will have a scanned laser scan file over here. In the middle it's less than 75, but at some points 78. So it's a casted block, so that's why we have difference in the material thickness. So we will cut it all, we will cut all sizes. We will then sandpaper everything like we already doing for another big tank. Over there I'll be doing the edge processing. Let's go and check.
I think this is a tank we already spoke about, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this is a tank for friends from Aquatics Israel. 520 by almost 150, 1 meter high, 50 millimeters thickness. Because the water level is less, it's about 1 meter. Yeah, it's a huge tank. And the depth, now we are on 120, and the funnel size will be 140, 48? I don't know. Weißt du, wie Beckenmaß exakt? 480. So the final depth of the tank will be 1480. This is just 120. Nice size, right?
It is. And in my opinion, tanks look much more bigger when they are empty. And then you fill them up and you have the first rocks inside and something like that, and then
Then the tank grows smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah, imagine what you can do for escape over here, and it's nice. I would go for wider tanks than higher tanks. So when it comes to rescape. This is actually the first drawing of the Interzoo tank. How long will we keep this tank? Maybe we'll show it different times and change the stocking. That's why I would like to design it as a tank which can be used in freshwater and in saltwater as well.
What is a typical thing in freshwater tanks or in saltwater tanks regarding to the tank itself?
The typical thing about marine or saltwater tanks are that we have an overflow box, that we have a skimmer. Of course, sometimes you have it also in freshwater, but they are not used to do it. Normally, freshwater tanks have just 2 drill holes, 1 inlet, 1 outlet. So the turnover is way less than in marine. But if we are design it like a marine tank, then you, of course, can keep it also at a freshwater tank. We decided to have one hang-on overflow box at the rear back. See? Those are the overflow cut-offs, 2 inlets. I will just turn it. Maybe from the top you will see the outlets. So this we're thinking about doing in black. Maybe the back wall we can also do different colors. I wouldn't use colored material itself, but I would rather have a foil so that we can change it. When it's come to a material thickness like this, like 75 millimeters, you won't get it in black or any color, but you can ask if the supplier, in this time Röhm or plexiglass, will be able to make you a colored block like this, but this will going to be expensive like hell. I will show you some very fancy 100 millimeter block that I saw in the factory while we having a visit, and I took it immediately because I really liked it. This is maybe an example which is only 30 millimeters thick, but actually we are building some interior design for a hotel which are using those thick colors or those orange colors.
So you are not only building aquariums.
I would say 80-85% we are building aquariums or for the aquarium market, like filter sums, protein skimmers, but as well we are doing some high-end interior furniture components like we are doing for this hotel. This is 30 millimeters, and then now I will show you the real shit. Now we are talking. I really don't know what we can do out of it, but
You have it.
yeah. If you want to know more about this tank and maybe the stocking, maybe we changed again, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to check out our Wednesday videos. And of course, we will bring you to the whole stocking and to the whole process of building a tank like this. This is just the start. We have mid of August. The Interzoo trade show will start mid of May next year. So we have a couple of more months ahead. We will take you with us on tour and hopefully you will help us to decide something like that.